Welcome to your practice. My name is Bruce. This is a short practice that you can do any time of the day. The focus is on loosening up a tight back. So it could be a great practice to do right when you get out of bed, perhaps after you've gone for a run and your low back is feeling tight. You can do it anytime, so let's get started. Just a short bit of centering. So find your comfortable seated position. Sitting bones root down, spine grows tall, crown of the head reaches up. Close your eyes. Just a couple big rounds of breath. With these big rounds of breath, just find yourself releasing what you need to release, and then coming into this moment more fully simply by paying attention to breath. One more big round of breath. And then blink eyes open and come onto all fours. We're going to be in tabletop, wrist creases under shoulders, fingers wide, knees right under hips. And then with your inhale, cow pose. Let the shoulder blades lift the heart space, look up. Feel the pelvis tilt forward, belly button gets a bit closer to the mat. With your exhale, round, reach the arms, curl, tuck the chin, belly button in and up. Inhale, cow pose. Shoulder blades press and lift the heart space up. Exhale, bring it back, really round. Stay in your cat pose. As you're in your cat, reach the arms and see if you can spread a bit more between the shoulder blades. Couple more rounds. Big inhales into cow. Big exhales take you back to cat. And then find neutral spine. And in your neutral spine, let the hips go left and right. So spine is flat to the earth, but you're going to just let the hips go left and right. You're going to get into that hip point. And then bring a little 3D motion in. So really work full motion. So side to side, free form. So that you're getting into the hip point areas, low waist, even in that SI joint. Couple rounds, free form movement, finding your way in to those tight spots. And then after your next round of side to side, come on back and find neutral spine in your tabletop. Big round of breath here. And then with your next inhale, sweep right arm up, reach it tall. And then with your exhale, thread the needle. Left hand goes just outside the mat, right arm reaches through. So for this thread the needle, take some time to figure out where that bottom shoulder can go. If you're tight, especially if it's first thing in the morning, that shoulder is going to want to go more to the midline or even in front of the left knee. And then press into the left hand. What we want to do is revolve around the spine. Opening top shoulder over bottom. Couple rounds of breath here. With your next round of breath, left hand comes back to the mat, right arm sweeps up, revolve around the spine once again. Big inhale. Exhale, bring it down, tabletop. Inhale, left arm, sweep it up, revolve around the spine. And then with your exhale, sweep through, right hand to just outside the mat, left arm reaches. Figure out where that left shoulder can go, and then work to revolve around the spine as you open right shoulder over left. Couple rounds of breath here. One more big round of breath to fill up. With your next inhale, unthread. Right hand comes back to the mat, sweep it up. Big inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Tabletop. In your tabletop, send the hips from your tabletop, send the hips back, child's pose. We're going to bring the knees together so we can drape our torso over the knees and get that kind of rounding through the back as we reach the arms long. If this doesn't work for you today, bring those knees wide and then settle in. Reach arms as the hips come back. With your next inhale, we're going to walk the arms to the right and then have that sense of the left sitting bone wanting to reach to the left heel as we send the arms long. See if you find a stretch in the low waist all the way through the upper side body by the underarm. With your next round of breath, walk it over to the second side, reach those arms long. Then feel like that right sitting bone is going to come to the outside of the right heel. Big inhales into the side body. And then with your next round of breath, walk arms back to center, come on back up, tabletop. We're going to do a little flow, incorporating our cow and cat and back to our child's pose, and then adding on. With the inhale, cow. Exhale, round through the back, press the arms, cat. Exhale, child's. Inhale, flow low over the mat, coming into baby cobra. Send the legs long, zip them up, tops of the feet pressed down, little weight in the hands. Inhale, baby cobra. One breath to float the hands, just warming up that low back. Exhale, plant hands, come over the toes, press it up, tabletop. 2 more times through. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Next exhale from cat, child's pose. Inhale, flow low over the mat, baby cobra. Tops of the feet pressed down. Fingertips are at shoulder height. Inhale, use the low back. Float the hands for 1 breath. Big inhale. Exhale, plant hands. Come on back. Tabletop. 1 more time through. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat, round the back, chin tucks. Stay in cat, back to child's pose. With that cat back, draping over the thighs, reach the arms long. Inhale, like a little snake, hovering over the mat, coming into your baby cobra. Inhale, stay for another round of breath, float the hands. Plant hands, come on back. Tabletop, wrist creases under shoulders, knees under hips. With your inhale, float right arm and left leg. Inhale everything up a touch higher. Exhale, curl it in. See if you can make elbow to knee. Tucking chin. Inhale, sweep everything nice and high and long. Exhale, place it down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Reach everything nice and high. Exhale, hover it in. Round the back, press through the arm, elbow, knee meet, tuck the chin, round the back. Inhale, everything nice and long. Exhale, bring it down, tabletop. We'll add a couple on to each side. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Inhale, everything up nice and high. And then we'll come through 3 times. Elbow meets knee, chin tucks, reach through the arm, left arm that is. Inhale, everything high. That's 1. Exhale, round it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, that's 2. Exhale, last 1, elbow to knee, round the back, tuck the chin, press through the left arm. Inhale, everything nice and high. Exhale, set it down, tabletop. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Next inhale, everything nice and high. Exhale, elbow to knee, round it in. Inhale, everything nice and high, that's 1. Exhale, elbow meets knee, press through the right arm, round the back. That's 2 as you reach high. Exhale, round it in. Last 1, elbow to knee, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, nice and high. Exhale, set it down, tabletop. From tabletop, you're gonna float that right knee up like you're a doggy at a fire hydrant. See if you can see that ankle, same height as the knee. Up a little higher, bring it down. Float it an inch above the mat. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, float it above the mat. That's 2. Inhale, last fire hydrant. Exhale, bring it down. Second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Fire hydrant it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift the knee, ankle same height. That's 2. Exhale, bring it down. Last one. Inhale, left knee, left ankle, same height. Exhale, bring it on down. Tabletop. From your tabletop, just press it back and come into a seated position. In your seated position, we're going to come into Baddha Konasana to open up the groins a little bit. So, feet come together, open those feet like the pages of a book. Sit tall. Don't overstretch in the groins. Want to make this a nice, easy practice. No pain. So, if you need to support the outer knees, you can even just hold on to them or grab a couple books or some throw pillows and stick them under there. Sit nice and tall. If you have the room to hinge forward a little bit, come on forward. Maybe if you have room to open through the groins a bit more, elbows can press the inner thighs away. We're going to stay here for a handful of breaths. So what we want to do is try to open as many of the areas around the low back, since everything's connected. The more we can open all the areas that are connected and around the low back, the better. One more round of breath in our Baddha Konasana. And then go ahead and send both legs long in front of you. Have a moment in staff pose, so flex the feet. Sometimes if our calves are tight, just this flexing of the feet can give calves a nice stretch and maybe even into the hamstrings. Then we're going to work into a seated twist. So bring that right foot, place it on the outside of the left shin, sweep that left heel in by the right sitting bone. You might need to scooch that left heel away a little bit so you're not going to sit on it. Root both sitting bones down. Take a moment to interlace the top of the right shin. Sit extra tall. Right hand comes behind by the sitting bone, by the tailbone. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Start your twist. For most of us, we're going to want to just hug in and then sit tall, look over the right shoulder. If you have more room, you can bring the elbow, left elbow, to the outside of the right knee and take a half bind by floating that right hand to the back tag of the pants or somewhere where you can reach near the left hip crease. Sit tall, and then with exhales, see if there's more room to come into the twist. With inhales, sit a bit taller still. Exhale, deepen if possible. One more round of breath. Big inhale, exhale, twist. Next round of breath, release to our counter twist, come to the other side, plant the hands by the left thigh. Inhale, puff out that whole right side body. Come on back, staff pose. Flex the feet, sit tall once again, and then take your second side. Left heel on the outside of the right shin. Right heel comes on in. Sit both sitting bones nice and equal into the earth. Sit tall, scooch that right heel away as needed so you're not sitting on it. Big inhale, sit even a touch higher, taller. And then left arm behind the tailbone, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, start your twist. Maybe you're gonna hug in. Maybe you're gonna take that elbow to the outside. Maybe you're gonna half bind, back tag of the pants, or all the way around to the right hip crease. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale, revolve around the spine. Couple rounds of breath. Each inhale takes you taller. Each exhale helps you move into the twist a bit deeper. Big rounds of breath. Big inhale. Exhale, twist more. One more round of breath. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Next exhale, release, counter twist, hands by the right thigh. Inhale, expand, stretch through the left side body, and with your exhale, come on back. Staff pose. Flex the feet, sit extra tall. And then with your next round of breath, we're gonna come on down to a supine position. So you can point your toes, come hands to heart space if you want a little bit of core work. And then bring it on down, all the way to your supine position. And then inhale, grab at the top of the right shin and hug in. Find that upper hamstring stretch. If your low back is tight, you'll feel it around that SI joint and the low right back. And then with your inhale, stretch the right leg up, flex the foot. Just find the hamstring stretch that works for you. We're gonna take that 2 more times. Exhale to hug the knee in like you want to send it to the right underarm. Stay for a round of breath. Inhale, leg tall, like the heel and the ball of the foot want to touch the sky. Find the hamstring stretch. Exhale, knee in. Stay for a round of breath. That knee wants to go like it's going to go to that right underarm. Feel the hamstring stretch. Next inhale, long and straight leg, kick through the heel, ball of the heel reaches. And then we're going to transition into a supine figure 4. So bring the left foot to the earth, cross the right ankle bone just at the top of the left quad, beneath the top of your left kneecap that is, and then thread it through. You're going to reach the right arm through the hole that your figure 4 has created, grab and interlace behind, just below the left knee. Settle your torso back down. Relax the back of the head into the earth. Then hug in. Maybe that right elbow can press in to the right thigh, so it's pressing away. Hug in until you find that stretch in the outer right thigh and glute area. You can also experiment with just a really slight rock side to side. And when you take that rock side to side, you might find that, you find that really nice spot that just feels like you want to stay there and stretch into it. And if you find that spot, stay and stretch into it. Another couple rounds of breath so you have time to experiment. With your next round of breath, bring both legs down, stretch them out long. And then with your next inhale, left knee comes in, interlace the hands, grab the top of the left shin, hug in. Keep that right leg long, like you want to be able to stand on it. You're going to flex that right leg, engage the right quad, hug the left knee into the underarm. Release it, send the leg tall and long and up to the sky. Find the hamstring stretch, reach through the left heel, left ball of the foot. Exhale, hug in. We're going to do 2 more. So you'll hug in like that left knee wants to go into the underarm, and then inhale, kick the sky like you want to step on the beautiful sky above. Flex the foot, find the hamstring stretch. Exhale, hug that knee in. Stay for a couple rounds of breath. Find that left upper hamstring, left lower back. Inhale, kick the leg up, send it long and tall. Flex through the foot, find the hamstring stretch. And then we're going to go ahead and transition into our supine figure 4. Left ankle bone just below the right kneecap. Thread through, grab behind the left knee. Left elbow presses the inner left thigh away, if that works for your body, geometry. And then hug in. Find the stretch in the outer hip. Maybe take that micro side to side so that you're going to find that really nice stretch. If you find that extra nice stretch, hang out there for a couple breaths. and then release. Send both legs long once again. And then bring both feet in, feet flat to the earth. Bring the heels in so that you're barely able to brush the backs of your heels with your fingertips. Arms alongside. We're going to get ready for some dynamic bridge poses before we hang out in the full expression of bridge. So root the low back down, like you want to flatten that low back into the earth. And then with your inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. Send the weight into the trapezius muscles. Glutes can help you lift a little bit higher. Exhale, bring it down. Flatten the low back, get that counter stretch. Do 2 more. Inhale, lift the hips as you press into the earth, weight into the trapezius muscles. Glutes help you lift higher. Exhale, 1 vertebra at a time as you come down, all the way down to the low spine. Flatten that lumbar curve into the earth. 1 more time. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, weight into the traps. Glutes help you lift. This time, we'll stay. So if you feel good in bridge just like this, stay here, arms alongside. If you'd like to move a little more deeply into the pose, you can interlace both hands and then tuck both shoulders under. And then feel like those knuckles can reach in between your feet as the back of the head presses gently into the earth. 2 or 3 more breaths here so you can lift the hips a bit higher. Feel like the chest is going to come a touch closer to the chin. 1 more breath, lift high. And exhale. Reverse it out. Untuck, uninterlace. 1 vertebra down at a time. And then flatten that low back to get that counter stretch in the lumbar spine. Flatten it right into the earth. And breathe. We're going to take a supine twist. So bring both arms out at a T. And then hover the knees up over the thighs. Then using your core strength, let the knees fall over to the right. Take your gaze over the left arm. If that right knee is floating off the earth, you can support it with your fist. On the other hand, if you need a little bit more of a stretch, bring that top hand and press it down into the outer left knee so you can give yourself a bit more of a stretch. You can even have that sense of left hip moving away from the left knee to give yourself a little more isometric stretch. Couple rounds of breath, keeping the gaze over the left arm. With your next round of breath, core strength brings the knees back up, and then gently float them over to the left as the gaze comes over the right arm. Once again, maybe the left fist supports the left knee, or top hand presses into that right outer knee. Maybe that right hip point moves away from the right knee. Couple rounds of breath, gaze right over the right arm. And then with your next round of breath or so, core strength brings those knees back up. Bring the feet up like they want to touch the sky. Grab the outer edge of the feet. We'll come into happy baby. So we're going to take a lumbar spine flatten to the earth and then rock left to right, keeping the sacrum connected to the earth. Sometimes that feels great if we've got tight spots from the spine into the sacrum. Rocking side to side to massage that low back out. And then we're going to take happy baby into a low back stretch. So roll off the low back. Feel like the knees might want to come to the underarms and then press hands down gently into the feet. Reach the feet back into the hands. And roll off the mat as much as is comfortable on that low back. See if it feels like a nice stretch. You might also get a stretch in the groin and the upper hamstrings here. Couple breaths. And then we're going to come into a teeny tiny little ball. So leave the knees up, calves parallel to the earth, and then wrap up. Forearms press into the shins. If you can, grab opposite elbows And then chin towards the knees. Exhale, become the tiniest little ball you can. Stay for a round of breath. With your next exhale, become an even tinier little ball. And then with your inhale, release, full body stretch. Reach the arms long, reach the legs long. Let the glutes lift the hip points up, get a low belly stretch. Big inhale, flatten that low back out as much as possible to get a counter stretch. Flex the feet, point the toes, big inhale, exhale. Sweep arms alongside. We're gonna have just a short Shavasana to kind of let everything we've done for the past few minutes in our brief practice to just settle into our bodies. Incorporate all the goodness before we move on with our day. So a couple big rounds of breath. And then let the breath settle down. Each of the next handful of exhales, really focus on allowing the breath to help you release so that each exhale helps you feel like you can let go of any tension, muscular holding, emotional weight that you may have. So as you exhale, you might even hear the words letting go with each out breath. And just focus full attention on sensation of breath, just for about 30 more seconds. And then nice and slowly bring the feet in. Feet come flat, just like you were going to get ready for another bridge pose. And just gently hug the knees in. Once again, let the low back roll off the earth. And then cross at the ankles. We're going to give just a gentle rock to massage out the whole spine. Rock forward and back. Maybe rocks a little bit off center. And then rock it all the way up to your seated position. Sitting tall as the spine grows tall, sitting bones root so you can feel that nice open airway. Then bring hands to heart space. Take a round of breath or two to bring something that you are grateful for to mind. It's a great way to move forward in the day, is just to think of something that you are thankful for, that you appreciate, that you are grateful for, just for a round of breath. And then thank you so much for practicing with me. If you like this practice and want more, or want to see the different practices, go ahead and subscribe. You'll get a notification. You might need to set that notification little bell icon so that when I upload a new practice, you'll get a notification and go check it out. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.